panted with a rush of energy coursing through my most sensitive parts. Between my legs, over my nipples, the power rushed through me like a bolt of lightning, electrifying and magnifying every sensation. I opened my eyes to find that I was 6 feet in the air, hovering over my men like an apparition. Whatever this was, it felt delightful. Coils of power radiated out my arms and down my legs, circling past my chest and dipping between my thighs. Oh, I breathed when the power rubbed against my already pulsing sex.
Roman, what's happening?
Aiden asked, voice rough with desire. Blaze moaned beneath me while Roman stood. I could see every one of his movements, feel his thoughts and his body, feel his desire for me. And just before he reached out to grab my hand, I turned my head and looked down at him. Hungry eyes seemed to eat me alive with their own magic pulsating around them. Each whirl of their elemental power continued to wrap around me, and I marveled at the way I could see it now. It was obvious how connected we were and how their magic complemented my own. A power I now knew I could control. Roman squeezed my hand and gently pulled me toward the ground. My hair danced around my head, still electrified from the power radiating from all of us. It wasn't until my toes finally settled into the cool sand that Roman spoke.
How do you feel?
I'd heard the words. I knew what they were, yet the only thing I could focus on was his moist lips and that dark stubble growing on the bottom half of his face. When he saw me watching, he licked said lips, and I nearly lost control. With a strength I didn't have a few days ago, I reached up and pulled Roman's sharp jawline toward me and pressed my mouth against his. I didn't wait for an invitation before shoving my tongue past his pointed canines so I could taste every part of him. He grabbed me tight and pulled me against his hard body and even harder cock that pressed through his sweats and rubbed against my stomach. I melted into him, needing to find a release and begging the universe to let me devour it. No sooner had that wish crossed my mind than I felt heavy hands on my shoulders, pulling me away and turning me around. Dorian wasted no time at all to take my mouth in his, and I quickly felt the fingers of my men stroking every inch. Aiden pulled down my leggings, and Blaze helped me step out of them without causing Roman and Dorian to stop their kisses. Aiden gently grabbed my chin and turned it toward him, crushing his mouth against mine. At the same time, Roman wrapped his capable hands around my breasts, squeezing and pinching while he brushed his fangs along the back of my shoulders. I managed to open my eyes and saw the tendrils of blue pulsing around us, each strand circling my men and then wrapping itself around me. Like an infinity sign, I was intricately attached to them all, and through me, they were bonded to each other. Someone pulled my sweatshirt over my head. I suspected it was Dorian. Blaze was still on his knees and maneuvered himself so that he could bury his head between my legs. Letting out a gasp, I almost collapsed at the sensation his tongue made when he found my clit.
I need to be inside of you.
Dorian roared against my breasts.
Me too.
Roman grumbled behind me.
And me three,
added Aiden, and I giggled. But then Blaze's tongue danced along my sex so fast, the orgasm came rushing to the surface. I screamed out into the empty beach and let Blaze take all my body weight while the waves of ecstasy pulsed through every pore of my body. And as those magical tendrils brightened and bound us together, Dorian lifted my right leg and wrapped it across his hip. His dick was right there, waiting at my entrance and moist with his own wetness. Yes, I whispered a second before he pushed inside. Filling me up and expanding my opening, I whimpered again. As Dorian pumped inside me, his wisp of magic glowed, the energy moving easily from him to me like a highway leading into my soul.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.